No, you may not.
You don't understand.
I understand. It's you that's not listening to me.
Look, I'll just go inside. I'll be quiet. I'll sit in a chair. I'm not trying to cause anybody any trouble.
That's right, because you're leaving now.
I gotta be here in case she wakes up.
We take care of everything when she wakes up. Now listen, why don't you just get on that elevator, go down to the main floor, go through the lobby, out the front door, and go home like a good little boy.
What is this? What is it? Everybody in this place treat me like a 4-year-old kid.
Because that's the way you're acting. Now, when this sign says no visitors, that means you.
How can you be like that?
Because I like my job. I don't want to get fired. That's the way to the elevator, Mr. whatever your name is.
Weaver, Russ Weaver, what's yours?
Nancy Nichols.
Look, I'm sorry, Miss Nichols. Nice to meet you.
And now goodbye. You're leaving.
Look, suppose I just stay over here on the floor for a little while. I won't take up much space.
Try that and security will carry you to the parking lot. You can sleep under the stars.
I want to see the supervisor. I want to make a complaint.
I am the supervisor. Goodbye.
All right, well then how about the charge nurse?
That's me too. Good night.
I don't believe you. Hey, is there anything that you're not?
I'm not a security guard, but I can call one now since you insist. Security. Nichols 3B.
Terry, you can't be serious.
Of course I am. You heard Russ. He said he prayed. Did you believe him?
Well, I don't know. It's the first time I ever heard him say anything that's serious. I have to admit, I was impressed. But to gamble Laurie's health on it, I don't know.
That's right. We don't know. Then how can we deny him a chance? Maybe he's part of our miracle.
Has everyone gone bonkers? First Peter, then Russ, now you?
I must insist that we ask Dr. Lewis to perform this operation as soon as humanly possible. My responsibility to Laurie...
Please try to understand, Alex. This is a matter of faith.
Terry, I'm a surgeon, a man of science. You see these hands? They're my living. Now, they do most of the work, but I help them find the problem to work on. I search through the facts. I think it through. For me, science works. It's only humans that fail. For me, this is not a matter of faith. Now, as a doctor, I am responsible for Laurie's chance to walk again. Now, don't ask me to ignore that.
Laurie is our daughter, Alex, and we'll make that decision. Please don't misunderstand me. We both love you very much. Your recommendation means a lot, but we can't just turn our backs on Russ.
But Terry, Laurie's in danger.
Scott, we prayed. You and I both prayed for Laurie's recovery. Now, how do we know this Dr. Melville isn't the answer?
Well, I don't.
Neither do I. That's why we've got to wait.
Now, wait a minute, Terry. I'm having problems following this. Would you explain something to me? Just what is this miracle you're talking about?
I can only say, I know Russ believes his prayers were answered. That's all I need to know. We'll wait.
I think it's a miracle he prayed at all.
Now, Mother, please don't make a joke of this.
Sorry.
Well, if that's all the evidence we've got to go on. A young man in love suffering from the trauma of a serious automobile accident with a possible undetected concussion. Now, isn't that rather flimsy evidence to postpone a critical operation on? It's your daughter I'm talking about, remember?
The man of science. Faith can't be explained in a clinic, Alex. It never has and it never will.
I'm not trying to explain faith. I'm wondering what I'll say to the peer review board if something goes wrong. I could easily be censured if I agree to postpone an operation because someone insists that a miracle is on the way.
still puzzled how Russ even knew about Dr. Melville in the first place. I knew about his specialty, where he's located, how to get in touch with him, everything.
Well, Melville is world famous. The medical journals write about his work quite often. Perhaps Russ read about him in the school library.
In the library? I always thought that Laurie's boyfriend was a healthy, outdoorsy, athletic type. What was he doing in the library? Never mind reading about I can't even pronounce it.
Laminectomy.
No wonder Kingsley College loses so many football games.
Well, after that remark, we're going to send you home.
You're right. I am tired. I'm also a little worried about what young Peter is inflicting upon my living abode.
Who knows where I'll sleep tonight?
Oh, come on. I don't think it'll be that bad. Come on, I'll drive you home.
Oh, Scott, after you drop Mother off, would you stop by home and pick up my uniform? I'd like to take over in Laurie's room on the night shift, if it's okay with you, Alex. I think they could use the help on the floor.
Delighted, of course. I was talking to the night supervisor. What's her name?
Nancy Nichols.
Yes. She was saying some of the nurses are out sick, so she could use the extra help.
Are you sure you want to do this? You look exhausted.
Well, I wouldn't sleep a wink at home knowing Laurie was here alone. Be better if I stay.
Okay, honey. Ready, Nora?
Good night, honey.
Night, Mother.
Try not to worry. Foolish words, but try anyway.
Good night, Alex. Thanks for everything.
Good night, Scott. Nora?
You know, at my age, it's foolish to take sides, but if I did, I'd be with you, Alex.
Did you hear what happened?
Huh?
It's horrible, just horrible.
What are you talking about?
There's been an accident on the highway, hit and run.
Oh, so what? It happens all the time.
No, it was Laurie Davidson and Russ Weaver in Paul's car. She's in the hospital.
So?
No, the radio said she's critically injured. Jeff, don't you care about anybody? How can you just sit there?
What do you want me to do? Stand up and salute or recite the Lord's Prayer? Which?
Never mind. It just seemed to me that you could show a little concern. What has Laurie Davidson ever done to you?
Don't start in on the Davidsons, Liz. I don't want to hear it. What happened to the football player? How's he doing?
The radio said minor injuries. But Laurie...
Oh, don't start your bawling routine, Liz, or I'm going to go out.
All right. I'm sorry. Have you had anything to eat? Can I fix you something?
No, I had a burger earlier.
Well, where was it this time? Roanoke again?
No, it was down near Norfolk.
Well, I didn't know that you had any customers down that way.
Yeah, well, I do now, Liz. I got a big restaurant deal going, for your information.
Is that why you had a few drinks, to make good contact with your new customer?
What's it going to be, 20 questions again?
I mean, if it's such a big restaurant, why didn't you talk them into paying for a meal instead?
Maybe I just wasn't hungry.
So you had a few drinks and then you drove all the way home from Norfolk. That's just brilliant.
Well, that's just what happened, Liz.
Well, won't you ever learn that driving and drinking shouldn't be mixed?
All right, the next time I make a run down there, I'll just stay overnight. How would you like that?
That would be better than driving on the highway drunk. You could kill someone. Someone like poor Laurie.
Oh, you're breaking my heart. Why don't you bring out the violins?
You are heartless.
Where are you going?
Out.
What do you mean out? Where are you going?
If it's any of your concern, I'm going to the Davidsons.
Oh, no, you're not going to the Davidsons. Not in a million years, my little baby.
I am not your baby, and I am going now, right now.
No, you're not, Liz.
Get out of my way, Jeff.
I sent Scott back to the house to pick up my uniform. Dr. Greeley thought you'd appreciate the extra pair of hands.
Oh, Terry, I wish you were here every night. This place is getting to be a zoo. I've had 3 girls call in sick, and I've got a full floor with 3 post-ops, 1 amp, your daughter's
Just
case.
put me where you need me. Laurie's resting now, but I'll keep an eye on her. And I think I'll take charge of this one over here, too. Over here. Russ, have you met Mrs. Nichols? This is Russ Weaver, Laura's fiancé.
How do you do?
Yeah, we sort of already met.
Are there any extra cots in the storage room? This poor man's dead on his feet.
Why don't you try to find one while I call security?
Oh?
To cancel another call.
Russ, you better get some sleep.
No, Miss Davis. I gotta stay awake for Lori.
Well, it'll be all right. I'll come get you if she wakes up. You're worn out.
No, I'm okay.
I'll ask Dr. Parker if he'll give you a sedative, although I don't think you're going to need one once you lie down.
No sedatives or pills or needles or anything. I gotta stay awake for Lori just in case.
Sure you do. Okay, why don't you just come along with me?
Okay.
Security? This is Supervisor Nichols. I just called a moment ago about a problem with the visitor on 3B. Uh-huh. Well, we have everything taken care of now. Yes, you can just cancel that order. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, where is everybody?
Oh, Dr. Greeley, please don't ask. Look at me. At my age, doing I&Os. I've got a full floor. 3 girls have called.
Hey, have you seen these? Compression fracture, L2. Good pictures, though.
Who is it?
Lori Davidson.
No, I haven't seen those.
You want to?
Oh, right now I can't, Doctor. I doubt if I'll get this paperwork done before breakfast as
Do
it
you
is.
have her chart back there?
Yeah. Oh, must be in the room. Let me get it for you.
You know, the strangest thing has come up on that case. Somehow her boyfriend has...
Russ Weaver.
Yeah, a football player.
Yeah.
Likable enough young man. But somehow he's convinced them to postpone Lori's operation.
You were going to operate in the morning. Why wait?
I don't understand, really. Except that Russ has convinced them another surgeon should do the operation.
They took you off the case?
No, nothing that drastic. You see, I'd recommended Dr. Chester Lewis in Richmond. He's a good man for a laminectomy. But now Weaver tells us that Dr. Harrison Melville will be here instead.
The Melville coming here?
The very same.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, frankly, I don't either. But Scott and Terry do.
Oh, I see the problem now.
Yeah, frankly, I'm quite embarrassed by the whole situation. You see, I'd called Dr. Lewis, but fortunately he hasn't called me back yet. Now, I want Lori's chart handy as soon as he does.
Right. Oh, it is a sticky problem, though, isn't it? I mean, it puts the patient right in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, I set up the cot in the linen room. He was asleep even before he'd stretched out. Now, what do you want me to do?
Well, Terry, let's see. When we first...
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting something?
No, not really. We were just talking about Lori's operation.
Oh, I see.
In fact, that's not exactly correct. We were talking about which surgeon would do the operation.
Alex, I thought we'd already settled this.
Well, I'm still puzzled by Russ's behavior. You know, assuming it's true, if in fact he did enlist the aid of Dr. Melville, how did he do it? I mean, can you make heads or tails out of it? Even a wild guess?
No. I can't explain it in terms that would satisfy you, I'm afraid. For me, I just accept it.
And, you know, Terry, this is really none of my business, but you and I both know how this can turn out. I mean, Lori could spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair.
No, come on, let's don't panic now. We know a lot of patients who've had successful laminectomies.
Yes, doctor, but if this surgery is not successful,
The patient becomes a paraplegic, paralyzed. No further use of the lower limbs. I understand all of that.
Terry, we're talking about your daughter, not some number on the patient roster now. Come on, let's move out of here. We're going to disturb Lori in a minute.
Yes, we're talking about my daughter, who will be Russ's wife, if God so wills it. They love each other. They want to marry. That's why his feelings about this operation have got to be respected. Now, when he told us that he believed his prayers had been answered, I believed him. Can't you understand that? Alex?
Frankly, Terry, I'm confused. Now, the diagnosis is clear enough. Those pictures don't lie. Now, I want a laminectomy performed immediately. I've recommended the best doctor for the job, Dr. Chester Lewis. I know and I trust his work. And yet I am blocked at every turn by some ranting football player. Terry, I'm sorry, but I don't think Russ is capable of mature judgment, much less making medical decisions.
Oh, I knew it. 3 lines open and there's no one to get the phone tonight. Terry, when you're finished here, would you please come by my desk? I'd like you to do my medications for me tonight. Oh, sometimes I wish I was an octopus.
Sometimes I wish I'd gone to law school.
Oh, Alex, if I didn't know you better, I'd say you were angry with me.
No, it's not that.
Come on, she's here.
It's just that I know what should be done.
And so do I. Do you think we can wait until tomorrow, Alex?
Of course, Terry, if you wish.
Thanks. I know it's against your better judgment.
Well, good night, Terry. Call me if there's any change in her condition.
Good night, Alex. And, thank you again.
How's your steak?
That's fine. I didn't know you were so hungry.
I'm not.
Tell me, how is Daddy coming along at Capital Distributors?
Classy guy, but he's got a lot to learn.
And offer, I'd think?
Sure. Wonderful wardrobe.
I hope you're kidding.
Charlie, what can I tell you about him you don't already know? Professor Kingsley really dragged you through the mud, didn't he?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Why not?
A woman's beauty is her mystery.
No mystery. Charlie framed some girl with your ex-husband, sued for divorce and the custody of the kid. The husband's attorney lost the suit, but he came right back with some additional evidence that made you and your father look like a bunch of morons.
Nick, darling, you make marvelous dinner time.
Wait till I get to you and Elliot. I'm just making a point. Don't talk to me about mystery.
Well, since I don't have hundreds of workers all over the country to gather information for me, why don't you just tell me about yourself?
What? Ruin my mystery? That's what fascinates you.
No, actually, it's your humility that first impressed me.
I'm everything your precious Paul Mason isn't. I live in the fast lane. He was somewhere on the exit ramp.
Yes, darling, I'm having trouble keeping control right here in the restaurant.
Don't worry about it. I'm almost finished.
Bragging?
Eating. I'm not bragging. I state facts. You want to dance around the small talk bush for 2 months and then finally let me hold your hand? Come on. Can it, Miriam? Get out of the garbage.
What happens when you're done eating?
We're going back to my place.
Nick, I do admire strength in a man, but presumption makes me ill.
Where did you think we were going to go?
Well, see the town. Catch a movie, dance.
I've seen the town. I don't dance, and I hate movies. Waiter, can I have a check?
Maybe you should take me home.
Miriam, don't insult me. We're going back to my place. We're going to have a nightcap, and then you can teach me how to dance.
How's Lori, Grandma?
She's resting at the moment.
What'd the doctor say?
They have to operate tomorrow.
Operate? Is Lori that hurt?
Now, don't start up again. If you want to tear up something, go out in the yard and work on the crabgrass.
Grandma, be serious. Now, how is she?
She's broken her... Well, it's a little bone in her back.
An operation on her back? Now, isn't that kind of risky?
No more risky than any other kind of operation, I suppose.
Well, does she hurt?
Not at the moment. She's sedated and she's asleep. Which is exactly where I should be. But your father's coming to pick you up in a few minutes, so I suppose I should just stay awake here and protect my premises.
Where'd he go? Not that I'm craving to see him.
No, I wouldn't think so. He went to pick up your mother's uniform and bring it back to the hospital.
She's going to work tonight?
Well, she's going to help take care of Lori.
They must really think it's serious, huh?
Oh, well, the most serious thing about it is the way you fell apart at the seams, young man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. I couldn't help it, Grandma.
Well, not going to lecture you any more tonight. I think there's a piece of chocolate cake in the kitchen. Would you like it?
Like it. I loved it.
Oh. And the ice cream?
Delicious.
Hmm? Did you also like the leftover chicken legs?
Only the little ones.
Surprised you didn't find my stash of bourbon and really have yourself a party.
No, I don't drink.
Oh, no. I seem to recall that there was a six-pack of beer, as I
Yeah,
remember.
that was the first and the last time.
Oh?
Never again.
Never is a long word, Peter. Don't you think you ought to grow up a little bit before you think about making such promises? It's almost time now, any day now.
For what?
For you to start proving to this family that you're a young man and not a wild-eyed boy.
I'm trying, Grandma. Really, I am.
Well, I hope you can convince your dad of that when he comes back.
Yeah, I know. I'm in trouble again, aren't I?
Very likely, Peter. Very likely.